In May, over a period of 5 days, Duncan Weaver, the Fife Pilgrim pastor, led a group of 10 pilgrims along the Fife Pilgrim Way from Couros to St Andrews. The group camped, stayed in church buildings along the route. They experienced the best and worst of Fife's weather. Edward and Marilyn, two of the pilgrims who have recently walked the Fife Pilgrim Way in the company of Duncan Weaver, the Fife Pilgrim pastor, have just arrived in Ceres after walking through a rather wet day and have taken time to share their experiences of the route so far. Are you from Scotland, or have you come a distance to take part in this walk?
I'm from Scotland. I've lived in Scotland for 49 years, so I come from Dunfermline.
What drew you to actually participating in this particular pilgrimage?
Well, I did the Pilgrim Way in instalments last year with Duncan. I like the idea of doing the whole way in one fell swoop because of it gives an opportunity not only of enjoying the countryside but getting to know and build relationships with your fellow pilgrims, and I found that being extremely supportive and rewarding.
You've just got the one bit into St Andrews tomorrow, which has got the dramatic view as you go down over the hill into St Andrews, so looking forward to that bit?
Really am. I am. I think it's just beautiful. I've not done any pilgrimages, although I did the Pilgrim Way, but as I said, it was instalments. But this is the first pilgrimage, although I did cycle the Camino 10 years ago.
So Edward, which has been your favourite part of the Pilgrim Way to date?
I would say probably the part this morning coming from Markinch. And that was absolutely beautiful, going through the fields and until the rain started.
Hardest thing about being on a pilgrimage?
I would say that it's like life. The pilgrimage has good parts and parts that are really challenging. I would say the tiredness is the bit that really gets to me first thing in the morning if you've been, say, day 3 or day 4. But as I said, it's like life. There's ebbs and flows of hard times and good times.
So, favourite memory of this particular pilgrimage?
I would say the people that I've met. It's been an absolute blessing to meet them.
I hear you've got just the one blister, not that we're
Just
being
one
competitive.
blister, but it's very sore.
So how are you doing on day 4 of the Fife Pilgrim Way?
This is the most difficult day it's been. We started off on Monday and it was a sort of fairly, it was an easy day, the first day, a sort of a half a day walk. Tuesday was 13 miles. Yesterday was 10 in the sunshine, but today has been over 13 miles and it's rained non-stop. It's been really hard. I mean, the company is great, and you know we help each other as we go along. You take time to talk to people who are perhaps not walking as fast as they want to. Make sure we stay together as a group so that you're helping everybody. But today has been hard. I'm glad to stop today.
As part of the pilgrimage, does sleeping in the churches make the journey that a little bit more special?
I hadn't actually thought about it, but probably it does. Yes, there is obviously the religious aspect to a pilgrimage. Yes, yes.
Is this the first pilgrimage you've done?
No, I have walked the pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela, but I walked the English route, which is only 5 days, goes from A Coruña to Santiago.
You've walked with Duncan, the pilgrim pastor. How does that make the experience different for you?
Well, I've always walked on my own, actually, so this is the first time I've actually walked in a group. So it is a very different experience. I'm used to walking as an individual, and you sort of go inside your mind and you think things through on your own. But actually walking with a group, you're subjected to other people's thoughts, and they ask. Duncan particularly each day gives us a sort of theme that we might want to consider. So as you're walking, you sometimes almost fall back on that discussion or something that has come up in the morning prayers. And that has actually been really useful because you expand what you're thinking about. And that's pretty good, yeah.